Hey guys, welcome back to Comic-Geddon TV, the only place on YouTube where all geek culture collides. I'm Shannon, and today on the show, we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Silver Space Ranger, or as it says on the box, the In-Space Silver Ranger. Stay tuned. Alright, so like I said, this is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection In-Space Silver Ranger. I know this has been out for a while. I had seen it at Walgreens a while back. Never quite didn't have the money to get it at the time. And by the time I did, it was gone. So I did find it on Amazon. And I figured, since Hasbro's not making the Lightning Collection right now, I'd go ahead and snatch this up before scalpers jack up the prices. So as you can see, he does come with his cycle. Forget the name of the cycle he uses, which I shouldn't, because I just watched Power Rangers in Space. I'm currently on Lost Galaxy now, but I digress. Here's the back of the box. As you can see, it comes with the cycle, extra head, and his weapon. It looks like it comes with the weapon retracted and the weapon with the blade. And again, I'm blanking on the name of the weapon. I'm sorry, guys. According to this box, the cycle is about 8 inches long, 204 millimeters. The figure is 6.1 inches tall, 155 millimeters. Here's the side. Nice look at Zhane there. There's the other side. There's the top. And the bottom. Now let's go and open this up and take a look at Zhane, the Silver In-Space Ranger. Alright, so he does come packaged similarly to the Zords, the Megazord from Zord Ascension Project, in the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out. Looks like I'm going to have to cut, if I can. I think my blade might be a little bit... There we go. Oh, my blade fell out. It is a little dull. I'm going to have to get a new blade soon, when I'm able. There we go. And now we should be able to just take these right out. And we'll set this off to the side. And first, we'll go ahead and take a look at Zhane. They got it taped, so I'm going to have to rip the paper. Hate doing that, but I'm just going to throw away the packaging anyway, so what the hell. Okay, so we got his head, a couple hands, saber, and then it looks like part of the cycle. And then All right, so it does look like you have to kind of build the cycle. You just put the front on and the handlebars. We'll do that here in a minute. First, let's take a look at Zhane. So the way he comes with his feet doing the Charlie Chaplin. So we're just gonna rotate him at the calves, shins, whatever you want to call them. And I won't lie, he's kind of loose. He's kind of a loose figure. The joints, I mean. And I mean, he's not bad looking. I kind of like him. I do wish, something I wish they would have done with Zhane is gave him a power shield like they've done with other 6th Rangers. Zhane was really the first 6th Ranger not to have a power shield. Instead, they gave Andros the power-up, which was a muscle suit with a rocket glider type deal. But I do wish they would have gave Zhane an actual shield. They could have made it to where it looked more like the power vest from Operation Overdrive. Made some minor alterations. I mean, he still looks good. But I think he would have looked better with the power shield. So like all N-Space Rangers, he's got the ab crunch. His head does go all the way around. I'm worried about removing that helmet because I did that with a Ranger and the entire ball broke off the peg. So I may have to soak them a bit, which kind of I'm also worried about doing because the silver paint, I don't want it to fade. Silver is notorious for fading. But you have the butterfly joints at the shoulders and up and down. Rotate. No, yeah, you can rotate it all the way around. Well, almost all the way around. And then you can rotate it at the shoulder itself. Double hinge at the elbow. And then the hand rotates. And then you have the double ab crunch kind of. Legs go out to there. Rotate around. Double hinge at the knee. And then rotate at the calf. With an ankle rocker and hinge. So, before we attempt to swap out the head, I'm going to go ahead and put the cycle together. So we'll move him over here. And it looks like all you do is trying to figure out which goes in first and which one goes in last. Did I do that wrong? Okay, I see now. I see, said the blind man to the deaf dog. So it looks like it just kind of pops in there like that. I'm not sure if it's in there all the way, but... Okay, so there's his cycle. And it rolls really good. Rolls nice. There is a kickstand right there. And turns. Okay. Yeah, and that's really all there is to it. Let me go ahead and pull this down a little bit. We'll put Zhane on there, see how he fits. Okay, yeah, he fits really nice on there. And I like his hands actually stay on the handlebars. Let me see if I can get him into a decent pose. There we go. Not bad. Not too bad at all. Now we'll take him off. We'll move the cycle to the side. And then there's this piece here. Can't remember, does he actually hold it like a gun though? I want to say he doesn't, but at the same time, it pictured on there, on the box, he does. So that's how we'll do it. I don't know, Zhane only made a few appearances. I mean, he was in the show for a while, but he made sporadic appearances. I think he showed up like halfway through the season. And then he went to join the Resistance. The space colonists. Or no, not space colonists. The rebels or whatever from his home planet. And then he rejoined the Rangers as they needed. So there's it in blaster mode. Looks nice. And it looks like rather than his helmet swiveling on the ball joint, his whole neck actually moves. So I'm not sure. There we go. Now the helmet is just moving. I'm gonna have to be careful whenever I swap out the heads. I don't trust the heads on Lightning Collection figures, not after my one White Ranger, which Hasbro was nice enough to send me a replacement, but since I bought this through Amazon, I'm sure Hasbro won't send me a replacement, because I tried that with the Megazord because of the hand and they refused. So there it is with the blade. Looks nice. I do, however, like to display my Rangers without their helmets. Simply because I have Trini, I have Aisha, I have Rocky, I have Jason, I have Adam, I have Zach, and it seems strange to have 2 red, 2 yellow, 2 black Rangers. with their helmets on. So I display them with their standard secret identity heads to differentiate them. Aside from that, I do have power shields on most of them, so that is one way I differentiate them. But if they were still doing the Lightning Collection, I would probably buy duplicates of all my Rangers so that I could have them both with helmet and without and display them that way. And he does come with an extra set of hands. We have the chopping hand and we have the closed fist. I'm not going to use those. I like him to be able to hold his weapons and be able to get on the cycle and all that. So let's go ahead and give this a try, shall we? All right. It did good. Stressing out about nothing. Now let's hope Zhane's head goes on okay. It did. And I'm relieved. Now, I really wish they would have made these to where it was easier for them to hold their helmets. Because that would look cool too. I mean, I guess they hold them okay now, but it doesn't really look natural. I know there's only so much you can do with a figure. But let's go ahead and bring Andros in next to his best friend for a comparison. It does look like Zhane is a bit taller than Andros. I don't remember there being much of a size difference between them in the show. They looked pretty close in height on the show. I don't know, maybe it's just Zhane's hair. Maybe it's a little bit poofier. I don't know, on camera it looks like Andros might be taller. But in person, looking at them from my perspective, it almost looks like Zhane is taller. And I know Zhane's legs are spread out a little bit, and he's got one bent leg. Andros's legs are straight, so I'm thinking Zhane might be a taller figure. And he is... No, I mean, it's a standard body. Yeah, standard body. They just painted the little bracers on his gloves and stuff and boots. So I'm not sure why he would be taller, unless it's just his head that's a little bit longer than Andros's. But there you have it. Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Ranger Zhane with his cycle. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to check out one of these two playlists for more videos just like the one you just watched. I've been Shannon. This has been Comic TV, the only place on YouTube where all geek culture collides. Take care, geeks.